Chicago rapper Lil Durk.
Lil Durk targeted a rival rapper
in a murder-for-hire plot back in 2022.
Is in the hospital tonight after being attacked in federal prison.
Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking twists in the rap world right now. Lil Durk's fall from rap royalty to a cold jail cell.
Like, who y'all gonna pay attention to now? Who is the smartest at the end? The person that alive and free and living their life is winning. All that money finna go down the drain for nothing. Free Durk, man. Hey, man, I don't want to see nobody booked. I don't want to, none of that. I ain't know, you know? But Mama Duck been telling y'all, there's a lot that was going on behind the scenes that y'all don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Like they said, he already knew.
Durk got snitched on by OTF Jam, who had just gotten out of a 12-year sentence and got involved in the murder for hire. It makes sense that he flipped on Durk. Durk expected to get picked up on his birthday, and sure enough, that's when it went down. The streets are whispering, and the indictment is loud. Durk allegedly put money on someone's head. And if the feds prove it, it's not just time he's facing. It's life in prison, no deals, no mercy. So, what's it like for Durk behind bars? Lil Durk, born Durk Derek Banks, had been riding the wave of success for years, turning pain into platinum and loss into legacy. But in late October, it all came crashing down. The feds moved in on October 24th, first holding him in Miami before transferring him to the high-security MDC in Los Angeles. This isn't just a minor charge. They're building this like a full-blown hit job, connecting Durk to the 2022 murder of Lou Pop, Quando Rondo's cousin. Prosecutors claim it was a calculated paid setup that ended in blood, and it gets colder from there. Durk's team tried hard to get him out, offering a $3 million bond to the court, but the judge wasn't having it. No matter how much money was on the table, the court made it clear. Durk is staying put until trial. Now he's stuck behind bars with the possibility of never seeing the free world again. On November 13th, Durk was quietly moved to MDC Los Angeles, a facility that's cold, overcrowded, and nothing like the luxury he's used to. And he's not alone. Some of his closest OTF affiliates are locked up alongside him. Kayvon, Cuss Grant, DeAndre D.D. Wilson, Keith Flocker Jones, and ASA Boogie Houston. Guys he used to roll with, build loyalty with, and stack paper with. But now they're all facing the same heavy charges, trapped in a concrete cage, waiting to see what their futures hold. MDC Los Angeles may look modern, but don't be fooled. It's a ruthless place. Built in 1988 to hold pretrial detainees, overcrowding, limited staff, and constant tension have made it a powder keg ready to explode. Unlike state prisons where inmates are separated by security levels, MDC is a mixed bag. Drug lords, gang leaders, violent offenders, and even white-collar criminals all thrown together. And in there, violence is a daily occurrence. A wrong. Word or tone can spark a fight, and when it does, it's every man for himself. For someone like Lil Durk, who's used to fame and status, it's a whole new world. He might be a chart topper on the outside, but in there, he's just another face, and possibly a target. To make matters worse, MDC has its own issues. Several correctional officers have been caught smuggling in contraband, drugs, phones, weapons, all for the right price. Corruption is part of the game in there, and for someone like Durk, already a marked man, one slip-up could land him in serious danger. The facility itself is falling apart. Broken equipment, busted toilets, and constant delays on basic repairs make it a grim place to be. Some inmates have had to wait months just to get hot water or working lights. The conditions are rough, and every day feels like a gamble. Being locked up with his OTF circle might seem like a comfort, but in the federal system, loyalty doesn't always last. When the pressure gets too high, people can crack. And with the stakes this high, even the tightest bonds can snap. Durk and his guys aren't just passing time, they're literally fighting for their lives. The feds came prepared, and from the looks of it, their case is solid. As the trial approaches, the tension inside those walls is rising. Informants, secret plea deals, and hidden microphones are all part of the game now. The feds love to play the separation game, keeping everyone apart to prevent them from collaborating or tampering with witnesses. Things are looking grim for Durk. He's already caught heat from prison officials for making unauthorized three-way calls, a violation of MDC's rules. Prosecutors pounced on this, using it to argue that if he can't follow simple jail rules, how can they trust him to follow the law if released? But beyond the rule-breaking, there's a bigger mental battle going on. Locked in a small cell with his freedom hanging by a thread, the pressure is taking its toll on Durk. The constant waiting, the surveillance, and the isolation. It's psychological warfare. And for someone like Durk, who built his career on survival, this is a test like no other. Despite everything, Durk is trying to hold it together. In a leaked prison phone call from November 15th, he told a friend he's keeping his head up and staying focused on reuniting with his family. He's sending out a message that he's still pushing, still standing tall despite the odds, but people are beginning to question how much of that was real. Prison changes you. The stress of a life-altering trial, the pressure of wondering who might crack, and the fear that any move could cost you everything. It all adds up. Durk might sound calm on the phone, but behind those cold jail doors, he's in a battle unlike anything he's faced before. The legal storm brewing around Durk has now escalated into a full-blown RICO case. The feds are treating him as the mastermind behind a violent operation. They're accusing him of using his fame and influence to fund hits, order violence, and control OTF as a street crew, not just a music label. The RICO charge is a serious one, and it could mean life behind bars for Durk if convicted. But the case isn't airtight. The prosecution is relying heavily on circumstantial evidence, phone records, text messages, and even Durk's rap lyrics. The defense is preparing to argue that these pieces of evidence don't prove Durk was involved in any crimes. They'll point out that just because someone used an OTF credit card doesn't mean Durk gave the green light. They'll argue that his name might be on the card, but that doesn't prove he orchestrated anything. Despite the delays, Durk's trial is coming up fast. The government has over 230 GB of digital evidence, 20,000 pages of documents, and hours of surveillance footage. This isn't just a case, it's a full-on takedown operation. But there's still hope. Some legal experts and fans believe the case isn't as strong as it seems. They're questioning whether the feds are stretching, the evidence too thin to make their case. For Durk, the clock is ticking. His trial was originally set for January 7th, 2025, but it's now been delayed until October 14th, 2025. This delay gives both sides more time to prepare, but it also means more days locked up for Durk and more uncertainty hanging over him. Will Durk walk free? Will his upcoming album, Deep Thoughts, ever see the light of day? Or will his legal troubles derail his career for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more updates. Stay locked in and we'll catch you in the next one.